Hello, Renee Flamond here. You guys, this is a really tough thing for me to bring your way. It really is. I don't want anyone being upset or feeling hopeless, but kind of I do, I guess, want you to see the hopelessness in the effort that you make with a narcissist. Like I am trying to make you see the hopelessness of it, but I'm not happy being the one to let you know that it's an empty effort, all of what you do for them. It is not going to change any outcome to be what you want it to be. And you might say, well, that's not true, because if I just keep him happy, I have a peaceful life. So it does, okay, if that's, what you're after, and you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you can't leave, and you find making all these efforts and doing all these things brings you peace, and you're just after keeping copacetic peace in your family, and you have kids, and I understand all of that. But I want everyone to understand, at the end of all of our stories, it's the same. No one lands happily ever after with a narcissist. And if they think they did land into happiness, you might be looking right now thinking of, well, he looks happy with her, she seems happy. If they think they did land into happiness, then they are blithely unaware of what is happening, what's about to happen, and what the person is made of with whom they think they are happy. So you think of all the time you put in, the patience you showed, the hours spent. Just break down one fight. Maybe it was 4 hours, maybe it was 12 hours, maybe whatever. Multiply that by its frequency. That's a lot of hours spent in a state of flux and pain. Add in the time you spend figuring it out, being the investigator. Add in the time you have to spend processing it once you do figure it out and have the fight. All that effort. You feel odd when you get to the point where you realize it's not going to work out, despite all the effort. That's why that song by Gladys Knight, Never Can't Say Goodbye, never be the one to say goodbye, makes me so sad. Is one of the first lines she says is, it's sad to think we're not going to make it. It's sad to think you're not going to make it. You put in all that work, and again, I don't think that song's about narcissists, because it's an equal way, it seems, that they're both, but you put in all that effort, and you think, for nothing? To no avail? It's going to go by the wayside anyway? Yes. And how much more effort you continue to put is up to you. Really. Okay? You feel odd because you think you were building towards something. You feel like you were putting in the effort because it was going to land you somewhere with this person. You thought you were adding value to how they felt in their day. You thought you were bringing sunshine, bringing something worth something. So do you give more and more and more and more, or do you cut your losses and move on? That's essentially the question at some point. And again, some of you may already have answered it, and you've decided to stay, and you have a whole life with this person, and you continue on your path. That is one way to go. But we all feel that at some point. Should I go forth and continue this ride, or should I get off the ride right now? You think, well, I've already given and put in so much here. I've got to be ahead of where I may land if I leave. I'd have to start over with someone new who feels like that They could have worse problems. I could be in a worse situation. The unknown is scary. At least here I know what I'm getting. It's comfortable, it's familiar. I know what's happening. The thing is, no, and no. You're so not ahead of anything if someone is mistreating you continuously, let alone mistreating you continuously. You're not ahead. You don't have to remain where you may have landed for a while. You don't have to remain there. Think about having to start over with someone else shouldn't even be in your mind yet, thinking about that. That shouldn't even be on your mind yet, because that's not an immediate issue. Getting yourself settled on a new trajectory by yourself without abusive people around you is the priority. I say people because it could be a partner, it could be a family, friend, business, you know what I mean? Narcissist comes in all forms. As long as you are careful and go forward, taking care not to fall into the same trap, how could it be worse than where you are now with the person you're with? Notice I'm minutes in and I didn't even get to mentioning one thing that could be on the list of things that you do for him. I haven't even mentioned one actual specific thing involved in the effort. Why? Because, once again, details don't matter. You have your list, I have my list, but anyone that's with a narcissist knows that their list of things that they do for the narcissist is this long. You know what I'm saying? It's that long. And we all have a list that things that we did, we knocked ourselves out. But I can do simple math and realize you're spending a full-time amount of hours, at least 40, 50 hours a week is minimum on the narcissist. Not on your stuff, not counting household, not counting kids, just them. Oh, full-time job, easy. Just to handle their feelings is a full-time job. Just to navigate through the muddy waters of figuring things out is a full-time job. You can't even think what you'll do with all of that time if you had it to yourself instead of giving all that effort to the narcissist. But I want you to picture it. Do picture it. Imagine if you had all that time to yourself, not giving it to them. Okay, so you figure, okay, I've got 10,000 hours into this one, right? Okay, turns out it's a lemon. Sorry, can you hear the drag racing? Turns out it's a lemon. It happens. Someone else out there would appreciate your effort and, I don't know, maybe even respond in kind. Why should your exquisiteness be wrapped up in the empty efforts of trying to satisfy someone who is not ever going to be satisfied? You have figured that out by now, that it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you approach them, what you say, what you give. It's never, ever, 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 ever enough. For someone who, despite your ongoing grand efforts, continues to betray you, continues to devalue you, that's the part. You know, I don't mind giving 150% of myself to someone when it's a reciprocal relationship. You know, that 150%. No, 120, I think. My narcissist used to say that. I want 120%. I'm no part-time lover. He was giving me 2%. Hilarious. But they set you up for that. They want everything from you. They want you to pour yourself into them. And they make promises to you that you're going to get the same in return. But do you?